They're testing the tsunami alarms. Dogs across the way are howling. Yeah, that's not something you'd want to hear. But I saw on the news they're going to be doing it, and then I just Googled it, and 12 o'clock and 12:30. Good afternoon. It is Saturday, August 23rd. It is about 5:20. I just got off work, so I'm going for my walk. It's kind of hazy, cloudy here. No shock from Morro Bay. But yeah, I'm gonna take a walk. Gonna kind of go the same route I went last time, but I may try to go on this other street that goes along the front of the houses of the cloisters, right on like the little sand dunes. This week I work tomorrow and Monday, and then we're gonna be going down south for I don't know, 4 or 5 days, so I'll get some video down there. But we're excited to get down there though. But the past 2 days, me and Monica weren't feeling so great. We both were feeling like really run down. That's why I worked from home. And she's feeling better today, but she's still kind of tired. I'm feeling a little better too, enough to take a walk. But I'm gonna turn this around and we will go kind of by the campground, through that neighborhood I went through last time. But like I said, I'm gonna try to veer over and go along the street that goes along these houses by the dunes. All right. I don't know anybody else who just loves to walk far distances in their flip-flops. Maybe you guys do too. I hate shoes. 90% of the time I'm wearing flip-flops, even in the winter. If shoes are any kind of tight around the toes at all, my toes go numb. It's so uncomfortable. I can wear Canucks because they're really wide-toed, or like ultras, but even then I still don't like to wear them. I'd rather just wear flip-flops. But I can walk. I try to get in at least 10,000 steps in a day, even more, and I can walk that in flip-flops easily. In fact, I think last time we went to Disneyland, I think we had 30,000 steps in, or 32,000 steps in one day. We were exhausted, but we both walked in flip-flops, Monica too. You can see how fogged in it is. Tiny waves. I was going to try to go out, but I'm still not feeling 100%. So we're gonna go down south next week. Try to shoot a bunch of video. We just want to get some sun and some warmth, because this is typical summer up here. But we've had actually fairly decent amount of sunny days, but then there's usually a lot of wind. Gonna try to hit some of the restaurants that we don't have up here. We're definitely gonna go to P.F. Chang's. That's one of Monica's favorites. Is gonna get married down there? I don't know. So in about 2000, what was it, 15 or maybe 16, 15 or 16, this is called A Beach, or now it's called Morro Strand, but it was called A Beach, Atascadero Beach for years, and people that live up here still call it A Beach. But you can see it's a big, expansive beach. And during the winter and fall, when we start getting the northwest swells, it can get pretty big here. It can get huge actually here. I've seen it huge. I've gone out a few times where I couldn't even make it out. It's beach break, so it walls up. But if you get a really steep northwest angle, it can be fun. It's pretty spread out. I mean, trust me, it's nothing spectacular. It's sharky though. There was a local shaper here, Joey Nichols. He was a great shaper. They just moved, I think, about a year and a half ago. They went back up to Crescent City, but he shut his shop down, which sucked because he made great boards for a great price. But he didn't like surfing here. He said it was just too wide open. It was just too easy for him to cruise in and cruise along the shore. Well, right about right here, and like I said, I can't remember if it was 15, 16, maybe 17. I had surfed the day before and earlier. We were living in Cayucas, so it was probably 15 or 16. Anyways, there was a lady on a longboard. She was kind of sitting outside the pack, sitting out a little further. And she said it was like clear out. And the water can be really clear here. If it's sunny out and glassy, you can see the bottom. It's like a gradual sloping bottom. And she thought she saw a dolphin swim under her. But then it veered around, came up, and just clamped onto the front part of her longboard, just in front of her leg. And scared her pretty bad. I think I've told this story before, and I guess from what I heard, she was okay like that day, but then I heard she had like a total breakdown like that night or something. That's what a buddy of mine told me that lives in Los Osos. But I saw one at the pit, and there was an old video on Surfline, which is just like a couple hundred yards north of the rock, and there was a huge bait ball, and it was coming from the north and drifting south towards the rock. And there was this old guy on a knee board, and he started yelling something to me, and I didn't know what he was saying. I couldn't really hear him. It wasn't huge, but it was like chest head high, and some bigger sets coming in. And then on the last part, he was like kind of just cruising on the whitewater, and he yelled shark. And I looked up and I saw that bait ball, and it was moving quick, and there was birds diving. And then I just saw this huge pectoral fin and belly and a chest just like swoop sideways out of the water, like it was going for something, and it was big. And so it was probably about 60 yards, 65 yards from me. And so I turned around, I took a wave. There was a closeout, so I just got on my stomach and like boogie boarded in. But I looked to the north of me, and I saw like 10 to 15 guys already out of the water. So they had seen it way before I did, and they'd gotten out. Anyways, that bait ball drifted towards the rock, and people saw that shark. So it was probably a seal or some seals in there, and it was probably going after the seals or going after the fish. I didn't see this, but I was told by a bunch of guys that supposedly when that bait ball got close to the rock and everybody was coming out, because you could see the fin, it was just like getting pretty aggressive in there. They said that a wave came in, and it looked like a baby seal hauling ass in it, and a big white coming right behind it. I didn't see that, but from what I heard is what happened. So pretty crazy. And then there was another time I actually parked up here. I walked, because they used to put the signs up of like a shark warning or sighting right at the windows of the ranger station right there. I go in, it was a Saturday, my wife was having a garage sale in Cayucas, and I was like, I'm gonna go surf. It was a decent sized day too, but for a Saturday there was nobody out. There was 2 young groms, like 12 and 13, probably from the campsite here, and nobody was out, and it was like, it had nice shape, it was decent size, and I was like, this is really weird. Anyways, I was out there for about a half hour, 45 minutes, got a couple, but I had a weird kind of I think it was more the EBGB feeling, is just because nobody was out, and I was like, was there a sighting or something? Anyways, I come in, and the ranger's like, you went out? And I was like, yeah. And he had just put the sign up, but it was like hours later after the sighting. He goes, yeah, there was a big one spotted right out here. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, I just walked by you like 45 minutes to an hour ago, and you didn't say anything to me. He's like, I thought you probably knew. So anyways, that's why nobody was out there. Oh, look at that dog on the dog on the bench. So anyways, yeah, it's a big wide open beach, so if they're gonna cruise along the beach, they'll cruise along definitely here. There's one supposedly in Cayucas Realm, I think 10th Street, that sits on the bottom. This guy that does stand-up paddleboard says he's seen it multiple times, just kind of hovering, cruising around the bottom around 10th Street there. And I saw a big one at 24th Street. It was in August, not last year, probably 2 years ago. 7 o'clock at night, still light out, super glassy, and there was a good decent sized south swell, and I was on like a pretty small board for my size. It was like a 5'8". I ended up getting rid of it because it was a little too small. But over by Whale Rock, a huge dorsal fin popped out of the water, and it was just cruising. You could see the back fin kick, and from that distance to the dorsal fin was a lot. It was big. And so I turned around, just kind of gradually started paddling in. But yeah, there was another story too, just this, God, it was probably about 4 or 5 months ago I was there, and this other guy that's just a local guy said that one circled a bunch of people right at 24th Street, and then went up to God, where was that? Just like a couple hundred yards up, I think at Cheney's, and supposedly cruised around some guys there. So they're out there. Oh, there's some people going out right there. God, the campsite is packed. Looks fun though. That's one thing about up here. It's great because the population is a lot smaller, and you have lots of places to surf where you can pretty much surf alone. The waves get a lot bigger up here during the winter than Southern California, but like when we lived in San Diego, there were so many like reef breaks and spots that the shape was way better. It'll get pretty walled up here when it gets big, but you don't have to surf with crowds, but you just feel a lot more vulnerable up here. There's sharks down south too, but just up here you just, I think they're bigger. I think they hover up here more. Cold water. And a lot of times you can be surfing by yourself. The fog is settling in on the hill. So I'm gonna go right up here, not this street, I think the next street, and go right. And there's a street down there that runs along like the dunes back there. I used to be a runner. I used to run a lot. I used to run 2 to 4 miles every day, probably 4 to 5 days a week for years. But after I busted up my neck, anytime I jogged, those herniated discs would just like, my neck would get so tight, the numbness would come back in my hands. So now I just try to walk and surf for cardio. But running was, oh yeah, here's where we're gonna go. Running is so great because you can literally go out and run for like 15-20 minutes at a decent pace, and the workout is compared to like an hour or more of walking, and definitely more cardio. But as I get older, it's a little harder on the knees and joints, and I busted up my hip too, so my hip gets really sore if I when I'm doing putting on a lot of miles walking. So I'm sure it'd get pretty sore if I ran, but I'm gonna start trying to maybe do some light jogging again. Yeah, here's the street, Beachcomber. So this is such a cool street. Look at that house. Oh, mid-century, but new. So you got a beach access right here. Hatteras Surf Club. See a little trail that goes down. That house is sick. Yeah, so these houses just got like beach right in front of you. Little sand dune with some plants on it, and then the sand. So the Morro Bay High School you can swim at their heated pool. And I think it's almost 80 degrees, or high 70s, maybe mid 70s, high 70s. And it's only $5 to go do it. They have a morning session and like an afternoon session, like 11 to 2. So I kind of wanted to do that. So it keeps me in somewhat surfing shape if I'm not surfing. And the waves have been probably one of the worst summers I can remember. It's been horrible. We've had one good swell. Cool tree. Look at this house. Nice yard, big windows. Let's walk down here. When we were in San Diego and Carlsbad, and what was it, 2019 to 21, these like townhomes we lived in had a heated pool, and it was so nice just to go swim and swim laps for a workout if I didn't surf. Right here, pray for surf. They got a nice little path down there too. I keep saying, I don't even know how many times I said this, I keep saying I want to do a Tascadero Zoo video. It's a tiny zoo, but I've never been. My boss the other day says, yeah, it's cool, but you could walk in like 25 minutes. I almost went last week, but it was just so hot. So they've had a pretty mellow summer over the hill for temperatures. But then last week, on all my days off, it got really hot. But I think Tuesday, it's only supposed to be like 81. So I may try to get in the water in the morning and then go afterward. Now the zoo's only open until 4, so it'd probably take me from Morro about 30 minutes to get there. Monica used to go with her parents when she was a kid, and then the lake behind it, I guess I used to swim in it, or her and her dad would get in inner tubes or something and go around it. Oh, that's a cool tree. These houses are cool. Right over here, there's a little parking area with bathrooms. I think I did a little video of that one time. It's kind of a hidden gem. I think I rode my bike there. Just so easy to park, and not a lot of people know about it. Little trails through here. So there's all these, oh, look at that little trail here, and this one goes, I think it goes along all these little bluffs here. Let's check this out. It takes you right out to the beach. So those houses I'm talking about, all on that street. Nothing in front of them but sand dunes and water. The western snowy plover nesting area. Can you imagine if this was Southern California? Probably be wall to wall of people still. Tube going out right there. Oh, you can't even see the rock, it's so fogged in over there. Going back through the Shire. Let's go this way. Last time I brushed against stuff like that, I got ticks. I don't think there's ticks over here though. Got a thorn under my foot. Hold on. So there's the bathroom right there for that little parking area. Let's go this way. So Monica wants to get some either albondigas. No, it's not the albondigas, it's the chicken pozole at La Palapa in Los Osos. They got a really good chicken pozole. Got some thorns in my flip flops. Got a bench here. What does this say? G. Roger Bailey's bench, 1939-2004. A little ocean view right over here. Look at the hound. So I gotta go this way. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi, big guy. I think these are cypress. Anyone know? So the temp down south is going to be, I think, mid 80s. And then Thursday and Friday it's going to be like 90 down there. So it's going to be warm. It'll feel warm to us. But definitely going to get a pool day in. We're going to be going to Disneyland for one day. Hitting downtown Disney. Probably the night we get there or the next night. And we're kind of up in the air. Maybe go to Knott's, but I think Knott's is only open until 6 p.m. and it'd just be too hot to go to during the day. But I haven't been there in years. think the last time I was there, they saw the gator pond like in the front. Maybe go down to Seal Beach, go into Harbor Surfboards. I don't know. I don't want to sit in any traffic though. So we'll probably just stay local down there. Definitely gonna hit P.F. Chang's. My mom used to live up there on the hill. The most insane views. When you could rent a house for under $2,000. Before we moved into the house that we moved in right now, we looked at a little guest house. It was behind one of these houses up here, and the views were really sick, but it was so small and really hot. And it had a deck but no really yard for dually at the time. So, but it was cheap for, I think it was like $2,500 for here though. That's cheap. But the same guy that had it listed had the one that we moved into. Ian of Rockstar Properties, really cool guy. If anyone's looking to rent or buy or anything like that, he's got an office in Morro. Nice guy, local guy from up here. I think he's from AG, but he's been in Morro for a while. The Foghorn. This used to be called the Buoy. I heard they got good food here. We haven't tried it yet. If we go to Los Osos, which we're probably gonna go do, get a little video of that. I did a video on it about 3 weeks ago. But we're going to the same area, that Lapa Lapa, that Mexican restaurant there. Oh, these are new or redone. Those are cool. I don't know if they're condos or apartments. Probably condos. Wondering how many people. I think there's 57 people following us. Woohoo! Wonder how many of you live locally or this is a place you visit. Let me know. Let me see how many steps we've gotten in. 7,889. I think I started because I was walking around this morning doing some laps. I think I started with about 4,000 on this walk. So I got to get in at least another 2,000. Probably after we eat dinner, go walk, get the blood sugar down. I took that Libra thing off the continuous glucose monitor, God, that thing was stressing me out. Constantly checking it. And if I ate something and I was spiking up and the alarm would go off and say you're high, it was just like, God. It's too stressful, so I'm just finger sticking when I have to. And it's been way less. It's weird. It's almost like too, like when I test in the morning, I've been lower than I was, and that thing was totally off. I don't know if anybody out there is a diabetic, but it was running like 24 points higher. So it freaked me out, and then I test, and I'm like, oh, I'm not as high as it looks, but yeah, that thing sucked. I'm not a type 1. I don't take insulin, so, but I was still kind of running a little bit higher than I normally do. But I seriously think the stress of just checking that thing all the time and having it beep and all this stuff was like, stress will make your blood sugars go up too. Cortisol levels go up, and I swear I think that thing was like jacking me up a little bit, because I've been testing in the morning, and like I said, I've been like lower than the Libra showed me, and lower even when I was finger stick when I had it on. That's a dog park back there. I think I mentioned that last time. Pretty cool park. They got tennis courts, basketball court. That's the elementary school that it's just north of, right behind. So yeah, I'm just, before I walk, before I do anything, I'm just gonna finger stick. It's the most accurate. I don't have that thing like beeping on my phone and shit. All right, that's gonna do that for the walk. But if we go to Los Osos, I'll probably shoot a little video there, the back bay area like I did last time. I'm sure it's pretty fogged in over there too, but at least it keeps the temperatures down. All right, hi Mija, what are you doing, huh? So pretty. God, our grass is getting long. The gardener hasn't shown up, I think, over 2 weeks. He's supposed to come every 2. So the other day we went to the beach. It was supposed to be our beach day, but that was when Monica was not feeling well. We went to 24th Street in Cayucas, and we were literally there for 20 minutes, and she's like, I don't feel well. So we came back. She laid out in the sun to get a little bit of vitamin D, hopefully make her feel better. What? Hi. Yeah. She has a vet appointment on Wednesday. She's just old and she's getting skinny. They're gonna do some blood work on her. She's eating. She's acting normal. She's just thin. Could be her kidneys or just hyperthyroid maybe, or just old. But anyways, we came back. I'll add that beach footage. It was warm, but it was a little windy, and Monica, she may have been running a little fever because she was feeling cold, and it was like 78. So like I said, we did a little beach day right here, just for a little bit. You gonna come in? All right. I will. Beach day. Gonna be 77 out. A little windy, but super nice. the rock down there. Pier down there. Whale rock right there. I brought the soft top in case I want to get in. Waves are pretty small. Just to mess around. Today's gonna be, I think, 77 here. Tomorrow's gonna be even a little bit warmer. We gotta work tomorrow. And a little heat wave. Coming into Los Osos. Grizzly bears here back in the day is pretty cool. Until they killed them all.
I like that one.
That trap.
That's what we're living.
See the back bay a little bit. I'll get up on this hill. There it is, low tide. Right here we'll be able to see it. Really low tide. So I did a video, what was it, last week, 2 weeks ago, and oh, noise. Remember I told you they have more of the dishes?
He's not here though, but
no,
across.
I know, but her sister's place. There's the marriage breaker.
You could go there and see.
No, but they have more Thai dishes, like the old place did. Thai food right here.
Yeah, they're open.
Yeah. Lapa Lapa looks busy. I guess right there.
All right.
Maybe I'll go and see what they have.
Yeah.
I don't feel like anything here.
Okay.
Look at this restaurant. So they didn't have the Thai dish that I like, the yellow chicken curry. It's only on Fridays. So we're just gonna go in here and get something to go. Lapa Lapa.
Should we just eat here?
If you want. The chili verde is really good here, and the carne asada. So this is a little family-owned place. It's got really good food. Just beer and wine. I think they have a fake margarita here. I don't have $1.
Julie. Oh my god, a gorilla.
I don't have $1.
Oh.
Well, Monica can't play. No dinero, no play.
Eric really wanted the rainbow unicorn.
Alright.
Aw,
Oh, that's Bigfoot, man.
is it Bigfoot?
Yeah, it's called a Bigfoot. So we just got our food. We're gonna take it back. Monica got the pozole, chicken pozole, right?
Yes.
Yeah, go just left here. I'll take you right straight out.
Okay.
And I got the carne asada taco dinner. And we had Taco Bell today. Monica you didn't really eat yours, did you?
I just had a bean burrito. I like the bean burritos.
I'm not that hungry right now, but by the time I get home, I will be. Oh, what do they name this place now? Beerwood?
Yeah. It's cool there, though. It's nice. They have
What did it used to be called?
Baywood. Like something else, like close.
Baywood Ale House or something?
Right here? No.
Just go straight.
Los Osos is really pretty, though. It's all...
They got a nice deck. Los Osos. The bear.
Now we live somewhat closer so we can get to go from La Lapa.
Yeah. So our old friend, Monica's old friend in LA, Bob Goldman, he was an older guy and he loved Los Osos. He was kind of a hippie. There's a lot of hippies here.
Yeah.
But he was like an old hippie and he passed away, what, 2012? Or 11
Right
or
after
12?
my dad.
Right before we moved up here. But he's always like, when you guys go up there, Los Osos, Los Osos.
The Elfin Forest.
Yeah, the Elfin Forest. Somebody asked me about doing a video there. That's what I'm going to do. It's right over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up here on the left.
Yeah.
And Big Sur. He said his dream was if he could have lived in Big Sur, he would have done it. And you know what? He should have. He'd always tell us about his stained glass artwork. And he was kind of like, he liked to embellish things sometimes. And we're like, yeah. And after he died, there was a warehouse that had some of the most amazing artwork that me and Monica had ever seen. It was like insane how many pieces he did. And then he had a huge piece of The Wizard of Oz.
20 years of knowing this person, I never only saw like a couple pieces.
Yeah, she'd only seen a couple pieces. I mean, he'd done some for some houses and stuff up in the hills and commission work.
But he was known for embellishing a lot of stories.
He bullshit a lot of stories. But Diana Ross, and this is a true story, wanted to buy because she had done.
He did The Wizard of Oz.
But what was the movie she did?
Oh, The Wiz.
The Wiz.
Yeah.
And she wanted to buy. She saw his piece. It was huge. It was like probably stood about 8 feet tall. Probably, I don't know, 20 feet long, 15 feet long.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and a whole scene of The Wizard of Oz. And she, I guess, wanted to buy it. And he didn't sell it to her. But when he died, so we had this his what's it called? Memorial was at, where was it at?
It was a famous studio.
Yeah, it was where they would rehearse, where all the bands would rehearse before they went on tour. It was called, what was it called?
What was the name of it? It was on Ventura Boulevard.
Yeah, I mean, there was like just signatures of rock stars all over the place. It was crazy, in little hidden rooms.
I was there once, and the Chili Peppers were in a room rehearsing. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a rehearsal space.
It was a rehearsal space that was just famous for every top band.
He knew the owners really well.
Yeah, and Bob knew the owners really well, so they had his memorial there. But we were blown away, and he could have gone up to Big Sur and probably made a living as an artist because he was amazing. But he didn't. His dad owned a lampshade business, and that was more stable, and his dad wanted him to take it over, which he did. And he used to tell me that was his biggest regret, was just not pursuing his dream of going to Big Sur and doing his stained glass. And after we saw it, he definitely could have made a living.
They did wire frames for
Yeah, so they did wire frames that they designed. I worked for them for a little bit. They'd make the wire framing for the actual lampshade. Arrow wire.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened? They
sold it.
He sold it. That's right. He did sell
Sold it to a guy that worked for him.
Yeah, I think he sold it to a guy that worked for him. But anyway, so I guess moral of the story: follow your dreams, do what you want to do, because here we go. The water. Swampland. It is beautiful though. Alright, we got our food in here. Here's the final product.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm just taking a little video of our food. All right, what are we gonna watch? We're gonna figure something out. All right, have a good night.